So I'm here today at Forward 2026, and for some people, coming to a conference like this is just a moment. But here's what you don't know. It's really about creating moments with someone that I love. Actually, the man recording this video right now for me is my dad, and one of the things that was talked about in various stages was the fact that days are not guaranteed. And so much of my life over these last really 5 years have been saying, if I can murder two words, which are someday and later, and take action today. I wrote an entire book called Just Start because of how much that in the past has held me back from taking action on the things that I do genuinely care about. And while I was here, I've gotten to have incredible conversations with my dad and also run into people like Daniel Priestley, who I've watched a podcast and learned how to become a guest on podcasts. And now I've had one that's done over 24,000 views. And so there's so much power in being in the room. There's so much power in being in an environment like this that can cause tremendous growth, but more than that, being able to share these moments with people that I genuinely care about, that I want to invest in. And that has been really a theme throughout this, is going, this isn't about saying, hey, look at me or look at what I can do, but it's going, come with me. I think that was one of the other things that I learned from this conference, was that it's okay to share the wins. It's okay to celebrate when things go well. And it's so important to share the story behind whatever the wins are that I have. And I have found that so frequently, even when I was having a conversation earlier today when I got to go and live in Ecuador for 77 days. Well, I had wanted to do that for 7 years. That was a dream that happened for me when I was 17, when I was working at this grocery store, and I realized that, Spanish is a way to connect with people. And that has consistently been a theme, that people are the thing that are most valuable to me. In the first chapter of my book, or actually chapter 0, there's an equation that is really my life mission, which is people over everything. And I think if there's one thing that this space and being here has reminded me of, is that it's not just about doing cool things or having cool things. I'm not against either of those things, but being able to bring people into these special moments, that's the thing that just lights me up the most. And so I want to continue to grow and develop, write more books, create great content, share great ideas. But really the thing that I want you to do, and what I hope you come away from this video, is going, what are the dreams that you have in your heart? And I mean, you can do this math too, and I want you to take action on them today. There was an exercise in one of these sessions where you take your age, if you're a guy, so let's just say you're 30 years old, you're probably going to live till you're 78, so you subtract that, so that ends up being 38 years. You multiply that by 365, that'll give you your total number of days left. Then from there, you multiply by 0.67, because you're going to be asleep for about a third of your life. And now you have the actual number of days left until, most likely, you're going to die. Now, that might sound super morbid, but it has a way of clarifying what's most important. And so for me, I have had an awareness of life and an awareness of death for most of my life. And having that actually allows me to say, yes, in theory, I can do things in the future. But so much of the things that I'm so grateful for, and why I have taken so much action in my 20s, why I've started a detailing business, why I wrote the book that I did, even though it was the worst time to do it, why I just hired an executive assistant, even though it was the worst time to do it, why I'm here doing another trip when I could be back home working, is because these days are not promised. These moments with even my dad holding this camera right now are not promised. And so I want to invest and say, it's hard now, it will probably only be harder later. So I'm going to take the action today, and I'm so glad that I chose to be here, glad I bought the extra ticket, and that I got to share these moments with my dad. So if you're thinking, should I do this later, should I do it today? The answer is now. So if you have an idea, experiment, just start.